What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, I just want to say it's gonna be part 9 and part 10 because it's late. I know it's late. So, yeah. And just want to say you didn't even vote if you guys want Coda to get literally his own Mystic Beast, so I guess not. And I'll put the intro.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust.
Even if my memories never did make it
No,
back,
I don't
I've
wanna waste
fallen
what's
again.
left.
So, yeah. Everyone goes to the thing. And well, Pussycat just gave them a meal. And he said it's really good. Just want to say, Scarlett knows how to cook. So, yeah. And they started training. So the next day, everyone started training. For Scarlett, basically, and for the other B squad members are basically training with their beasts, sparring with them, making their quirks more powerful, doing their physical training, and yeah. So for Scarlett, she has her own place with the B squad. It was actually a really, really big place. So you said one of you guys said it's literally some of you guys said this reminds me of Ruby, I guess. It's like an anime. I only watched 2 episodes of it because I thought it was bad from the first, but some of you guys said it's really good after a few more episodes, so I guess I'll watch it. But I'm still watching Hunter x Hunter basically, and yeah. I'm still watching Fairy Tail and Bungo Stray Dogs. Not yet finished with them because I've been watching a lot of What Ifs lately. So let's continue. And I will try watching Naruto so I can do Naruto What Ifs also. And I'll do What If Naruto was a girl or something. And yeah. And let's continue with the video. Koda sees them and says, "Whoa, their quirks are awesome. What are those?" He said, "Their mystic beasts are also so awesome." I wish I had one. But just want to say a flashback. So when he started petting Luna, he said, "What kind of animal is this?" He said, "She's a mystic beast." Mystic beast? Yes. If you're in Mystica, if you're in Mystica and want to become a hero there, you will go to the forest and find your own mystic beast. He said, "Really? But if you have the pure will to be a hero and the pure strength and kindness and risk your life to the others," he said, "I guess I'll be a hero then." So, yeah. And actually, Scarlett knows about his parents. And he said, "I'm sorry about your parents, kid." You know? "Yes, I'm sorry." He said, it's okay. I give you a word of advice. Just remember this. He pats him in the shoulder and says, "Your parents are always with you. They're always looking after you. Okay?" He said, "Okay." So, yeah. And let's continue with the present. Everyone started training, getting really, really good. And Class 1B is still struggling, but Monoma is actually getting all used to his quirk. Copying quirks, making him restore them for really long time. And yeah, it's really like a day or two. Like 23 hours is mostly all of his strength. And yeah, I'm making him really powerful in this. Because I want Class 1A to be good heroes. And yeah. Wait, what the? Turf. So, let's continue. And after training, like this is the first day. They said Mandalay said that they will all would cook, and they said, you can cook if you want, Your Majesty. I said, I would love to cook. I tried cooking before a long time ago. I said, really? Yes, I have. And yeah, she does know how to cook. And they said that they will be doing curry. So Luna said, can I go to the forest and get some other stuff? I said, sure. I said, okay. So yeah, she got a few rabbits and got a few chickens there, like wild chickens. So yeah, he said, guys, can you help me? I said, sure. Katsuki, can you please remove all of the feathers? And he said, okay. Shadow, start the fire. I'll get some more ingredients. He said, so she picks up some herbs that she mainly knows. And yeah, she goes and beats up some eggs. Bakugo started removing all of the feathers from the chicken, I guess. And she said, and she gets like breading, like cornstarch, flour, breadcrumbs, I guess. And lastly, egg wash. And yeah, she's making fried chicken. And she started making the sauce, making like a few things, like lemons, lemon zest, like flour with a few, she goes and gets, one piece, like, of its wing, so she cooks it, shreds it, and makes a really good gravy, I guess. So yeah, they started eating, and he said, and basically the B squad actually helped. And yeah, and everyone was pretty shocked. Even the wild pussycats said, you can cook, Your Majesty? Yeah, I do. I basically sometimes cook if Toya and Kiera wasn't home. Toya, Kiera. Wait, you mean? Yeah, I've been living with them because my parents give them a job that they will protect me. But I basically can't protect myself. So that is true. And yeah, so she sees Koda going up to his secret hideout like in canon. And she said, I guess I'll give him some. And she goes and sees Koda. Said, oh, Miss Scarlet, what are you doing here? I'm giving you dinner. I never expect a princess would do this. Said, I'm different from the others. I said, oh, okay then. Said, here, we, the B squad made it ourselves. Basically, almost me. Said, I teach them. Said, and he tried and said, whoa, this is really good. Said, thank you. Said, alrighty then. I had to go. I had to eat. See Coda. Said, bye, Miss Scarlet. So I'll skip like a few days later, like in 2 weeks. So the last day. And the B squad started going to Coda's secret hideout, making him play with all of their familiars. Basically with Pikachu. And they said, and this is like before the villain attack, so he said, so, what's your quirk? We didn't even ask you. He said, it's water gun. They said, really? That's really cool of a quirk. I said, really? He said, yes, it would. And they said, if you train it really, really hard, you can do water manipulation. Are you sure? Yeah, basically. How do you know? Flashback again. When I was a kid, I literally see a water horse. That is basically a unicorn. I said, really? Yeah, there are different kinds of unicorns. Water, fire, air. Like fire horse, dark horse, nightmare horses. They're really rare. The unicorn that I saw is actually a water type. It only can do spewing cold, hot water out of its horn. But after it practiced trying to manipulate it, it got it done. It can manipulate water now. But somebody already has her. I said, really? Her name is Aqua. She's basically one of my royal guards familiar. I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And I'll skip to the next day, like the present, I guess. And it's night. And not midnight, Mandalay said that they will be doing a test of courage so that nobody can scare them. But like a few seconds later, a huge, massive, they see a few villains coming out of the shadows with no moves. Just want to say Toga and Spinner are not there. They're basically like, I guess so. They're not villains, but they're actually vigilantes. Helping the heroes, especially Dobby, because they think he's really nice, and they're friends. So, yeah. And they see Magneto. They see literally a guy hanging like really, really tall, and they see white pillars coming out of the ground, but they look up and see it was his teeth, and it was disgusting. I said, ew. And Scarlet said, villains. And she summoned Luna. Oh my god. Luna. And she transforms to her. I got her a new costume, so yeah. And she said, Luna, can you please handle them? And she summons a few things, like a few more. Especially Darkia. Darkia's powers is basically good for darkness. And Shadow. This guy. Like the black dragon, I guess. So he said, can you please handle the villains? They nod. Just wanna say Darkia, Luna, and Shadow started fighting all the villains. And she said, leave one, Nomu. And Momo heard this and said, I got it. So she made literally a tracking device, really high tech, and puts it on the Nomu that is gonna run away, with Mira putting it in him. So I said, thank you, Mira. And yeah, everyone's Darkia and Shadow and Luna started defeating all the villains. Twice, Mr. Compress tries to, compress them, but he can't. Because, just for plot, I guess. And, Mustard? He was trying to do the thing, but Darkia makes her wings, and makes a gust of it, making it blow really, really far from them. And she basically horse kicks him in the face. I know it would hurt. I never tried a horse kick before. So, and Darkia started not eating them, but knocking them out with his tail. And yeah, that's it. And she remembers, shit, frick, Koda. And Luna goes and teleports her. Yeah, she can teleport. I just remember. So, and they see a Muscular about to hit him. Before, they see a few more members, like Jiro with Soundwave and Kaminari with Pikachu. And they said, we'll help. And listen, she tells to Luna, go bring him to Mandalay. And please, help the other pro heroes. I said, right. And she said, I'll just use my skills, I guess. And I do still have the power of the Kitsune. And Pikachu uses Thunderbolt. Northern uses Soundwave uses basically sound waves or Mega Boom. So, and yeah, Muscular said, wow, you're strong. And they see like Scarlet having a green aura around her and in a stance. And they see basically spiritual energy. And they said, and they nod. And Scarlet opens her eyes. It was glowing light blue. And she charges with massive speed, like sound barrier speed, I guess. And basically going around muscular, slicing every single muscle tissue, and basically knocking him out. I just said, good. I said, he was pretty hard. I said, I guess so. And yeah. And they go and they see every single villain is defeated. And for her, she's using the wind manipulation that Luna has and puts it with the rest of the villains. So I guess that's the rest of it. I'm sorry, guys. Wait. Okay. And yeah. Oh my god. And everyone is kind of relieved that those are all the villains. And yeah. And Momo creates the tracking device, like screen said. We have him on. I think he's going to the base or something. So, How many nomes did you put on a tracking device? One of them escaped. I said, who? That guy with the duplication quirk. I said, oh, okay. Does he know that he has a tracking device on? He said, no. The tracking device is really small. And, yeah. So, Darkia and Shadow basically says, this was fun. And Darkia said, yeah. I never had that fight ever before. But I guess it's really good. I need more horsepower if I want to defeat them all. So, alright, you two. Go train in the summoning world. So, yeah. Everyone is literally still scared. But they said that's alright. Here, nobody will be here anymore. If I get special forces, I guess. So nobody knows about this except for now the LOV. So, but I guess they're not attacking anymore here. So, yeah, that would be true. So, come on then. Let's continue with the thing. So, actually, the B squad didn't even flinch. And yeah. The pairs were the literal ship. And I'll skip till they go back. And yeah. Actually, like they have a week off because of the villain attack and in the forced training arc. What the hell? Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. And they meet up and started talking. So, how have you guys been? Is it good? You? Good. Basically, Toya doesn't want Katsuki in my room. But I command him. And he proceeds. So good for you. I was gonna go to Jiro's house, then we got some free time. Like alone time with her family, basically jamming some songs, making it too romantic. So, and you already know, guys, the eyes, and says, ooh, Your parents are shipping you hard. Mina said and said, shut up. Said, you already know. Jiro. And he said, how about you, Mama? My parents accepted Todoroki. And yeah, we basically hang out. And mostly do some stuff. He said, what kind? Mostly making out. But don't do the thing because we're too young. I said, yeah, we will. So, they started hanging out and they said, oh, so where's the base? He said, it's really in an abandoned building I searched. Because of the coordinates that it has, so said, that is true. And yeah. And they said, so there's gonna be a Nomu factory. So, and Bakugo actually spilled the beans. He said, guys, I trust you, and I want to tell you a secret. He said, sure. He said, my second quirk is basically All Might. He said, we already know that. And he said, wait, what? And she said, Todoroki, Shoto said that they're all my secret love child, but you're not literally his child. Because I already met your parents. Said I know. Said, yeah, but... So he started explaining one for all and all for one. Said, all for one can steal quirks, but he can't steal mine. I said, what do you mean? My father has a summoning quirk. My mother has an ice quirk, so basically my quirk passes through generation to if I have a child or something. But mine is the strongest thing. Mine is in the generation, my quirk is the most strongest of our family. Mostly my father can only summon 2. My grandmother, 4. My great grandfather that can only summon 1, etc, etc. Said, oh. Said, I know. It's hard having a big family of royalty, but I guess it's pretty cool having a lot of stories to hear from them. Said, that is true. And yeah, so he explains one for all and all for one. Said, basically those Nomus are basically made out of real human flesh. So all for one has been using its quirk non-stop, making to remove and put repeatedly on the people, making them mindless. So that we call them Nomus. So basically, yeah. So other doctors that said to the other kids that are quirkless has the duplication of that quirk. So basically, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Cruel, I guess. But he's still the enemy. Let's tell this tomorrow. Then, yeah, I guess so. Then, yeah. So this is a triplet. I forgot what's the first double date, triple date, quadruple date. I think it's like a triple date. So they go to the movies, like, yeah, go to literally like a pizza restaurant and go to the park, basically hanging out. And all the parents that saw them said, "What cute couples." And yeah, and everyone actually they noticed the red-haired girl said, "It's Her Majesty." And they see the boy holding her hand and said, "So he's her man." And yeah, so I'll skip like after the week, and they go to Principal Nezu's office. Said, "Principal Nezu." Said, "Yes, we got we got two things." "What do you mean?" "In um the uh, the force training facility, I guess, was attacked by villains, remember?" Said, "Yes. We actually got two trackers onto a villain and a Nomu. The Nomu is basically going to a Nomu factory. The villain is going to the base of the LOV with Shigaraki Kurogiri." And Baku said, "Basically, the Nomu factory will have all for one." And he said, "You know about this?" They said and nod. "We won't. We literally keep it a secret. We already told All Might." And yeah, Bakugo actually asked All Might's permission. And he said that he won't tell his girlfriend. He didn't said, "I will tell my girlfriend" or something like that, because they're still keeping the relationships a secret. So yeah. And I guess it's 9. Wait, guys. So I just saw the message of my teachers, and let's continue. So that okay, I'll inform all the heroes. So he basically got All Might, Kiera, aka Hawks, Salamander, Kamui Woods, Mount Lady, Eraserhead, Gran Torino, and a few other pro heroes, and he said, "We'll be leaving, I guess." He said, "Wait." Principal Nazu said, "What is it, Principal Nazu?" He said, "I want you guys to be in the raid. So we're calling it the raid now." He said, "Basically, yes." He said, "Alrighty then." And yeah, basically every hero goes to Principal Nez's office, and they see the princess herself and said, "What is the royal princess doing here?" He said, "I seek her help, and she agreed to help us." He said, "But she's royalty. What if she dies?" He said, "She won't die." He said, "True. I can handle I can handle it." He said, "Okay. The B squad will be with All Might and Gran Torino. You guys, Mount Lady, Kamui Woods, Best Genus, you'll be going to the Nomu factory. And yeah, I'll skip to the day that they will do the raid. Everyone is down there. Like, yeah. Everyone is in their position to get everyone. The LOV, and yeah. So, she actually summons Luna to be with the other pro heroes, because she thinks something's gonna be wrong. And yeah. So when they start the attack, they basically get Shigaraki basically like capture them, but they see a silver liquid Nomos coming out, and yeah, Scarlet and the squad basically killed them in like a few shots, I guess, making them explode, stabbing through the brain, freezing to death, and stabbing through the brain, all obviously, cutting the head off, electrocuting it until the brain is fried, and basically, yeah. So All Might goes and starts flying. All Might doesn't have the injury, remember, okay? And oh my god, I'm so. And they see All Might's gonna fight All For One. And All For One noticed that All Might's injury is not there. And he said, "How did he recover from from the injury that I gave him?" And he basically doesn't even know how did his injury healed, and how does he look so young again, or something like that. And yeah, so the fight is usual, but All Might still has like the remaining flame of One For All inside of him, and he basically defeated All For One. And they see all these B squad basically going there and says, "All Might, are you okay?" Said a little bit of bruises, and they said they go to they basically go to the Nomu factory, and they see every single Nomu defeated, and All For One is dead, just saying. And yeah, one last thing, and Best Genus is not dead, because I think Best Genus is pretty good of a hero. So yeah. And I'll give them the dorms. After that, everyone is still shocked that their classmates basically defeated the number one villain, and they start congratulating them. Even Monoma said that was a pretty good fight. And yeah, and All Might said that they will be doing dorms, and they packed their stuff and basically give them their own floors. So the fifth floor is basically to the B squad. and they had their own rooms, and it was actually a size of a like a 2 room dorm, like Inko's and Deku's, like, but with no walls except for the bathroom, I guess. And yeah, they have their own balcony that is connected, and that's all. So just imagine Jiro's room as the same, but um more organized. Like the guitars are in the wall, the drum set is basically on the side. All of her instruments are perfectly cased and perfectly in the right place. And Momo's is the same. Still has the big bed, but basically has bigger room. So yeah. Um, for Kaminari, it's not like in canon. Basically, it's basically blue with, I mean, black and yellow or orange. Thing like, yeah, I guess a few posters of bands, a electric guitar, and yeah. And Momo has actually a keyboard. And Todoroki is not like the same, like too Japanese, but it still has a few Japanese paintings, and that's all. For Bakugo, nobody knows Bakugo's room, but it basically has a couch, a TV, um, uh, um, literally a bed. I guess he has a few things that are really formal, like his own computer, and he has his own drum set. For Amina's, it's not that girly, just saying. It's not really girly, but it's still girly, just saying. For lastly, Kirishima, it's not that the same. Like, it's almost the same, but it's more organized, not having the manly thing, I guess. And yeah, lastly, for Scarlett's room, it's basically really formal, having a few posters ups, a violin, and she actually plays the electric guitar. And she's still practicing, and Bakugo is really impressed by her fast learnings. And yeah, that's all. And they go back to class. Um, as I said that the licensing exam that they will be having is gonna be in the next month. Everyone said, and they said, uh, of course, and said, today that you'll be training. So they go to their hero costumes, and basically, this is her hero costume. Just saying, this is her hero costume. And yeah. But her hair is red, I guess, or something. But she removes the wig and contacts. So, yeah. Everyone has started training. And I guess I'll leave it off here, or I'll continue it. I think I'll continue it, so I'll skip the next month of training really brutally, but for Scarlet, she doesn't need to upgrade her hero costume. Basically, her hero costume is unbreakable. Basically, it's actually from one of her, like, this is her own armor. That is her like the most unbreakable armor that she has. She can basically summon, requips, and de-requips it, like unrequips. So yeah, and um, so Denki doesn't have the things on his hand, like shooting. He can already shoot, and Jiro can basically use her headphone things on her ears, and basically like the gloves that she has. Momo has a new costume that is more unrevealable. Like, yeah, it has her own um skin molecules or hair molecules, and it basically gets out of like her hero costume. And yeah, for Bakugo, it's more upgraded. Like, his giant bombs is basically not that big. His mask is basically a face mask. And yeah. Um for Kirishima it's not the same, but it's, I guess he already has a Red Riot Unbreakable. Like, yeah, he already has Red Riot Unbreakable from the like before the uh after the USJ in Mystica, I guess. And yeah, I guess this is an hour long video, I think. So every student knows who's the princess. And yeah, so she doesn't need her wig or contacts anymore. And she goes inside. They go to the bus, and basically everyone thinks that they know the B Squad and every single student in UA. But they were wrong. They were literally wrong. They don't know their new moves. They don't know basically their limit to their quirks or their familiars basically. And they don't know all of the like the strengths of like Scarlet's um familiars. And yeah, so they see the princess, everyone bows, even Miss Joke, and says, Your Majesty, it's an honor seeing you here. Seeing me here? I'm basically becoming a hero. And yeah, I guess it's good to see you too, I guess. I know you see me from the sports festival. It's quite intriguing. You think you're gonna target us first, don't you? He said, and everyone, like in Miss Joke's class, basically go to wide eye and said, How do you know? Because you watched it. You watched the recordings of the sports festival. And but we have a plan for that. We've been planning this since the month of training that we have. And yeah. Oh my god. I guess so everyone goes in their hero costumes. And the sleepy guy explains everything like in canon. And when they start, everyone tries to get their thing. But Class 1A actually grouped into 8 people and started doing a lot of combo moves and helping each other, basically. And just want to say, after like 5 minutes later, they basically are in the resting building, I guess. And the sleepy guy was shocked that UA is all of UA students are in. And everyone was shocked. Already half of the 1,000 students are already disqualified. And Monoma said, if you want to be the best heroes, we have to train stronger. Right, guys? I said, right. And yeah. The wind guy got in, the whole class of Miss Joke got in, and I just want to say, I guess I'll give Mr. Aizawa his own familiar. He has a psychic cat, like, Espion or something, and it's basically resting on him, and Miss Joke said, "You have your own mystic beast?" He said, "Yeah. I call her Psyche. Psyche." He said, What's its ability?" "Psychic and erasure. Quirk erasure, basically." He said, "Whoa." And he said, "Let's just watch." So yeah. The next one is the rescue training. So and everyone smirks, like in class 1A. "We already done rescue training." Said, "That is true." And yeah, they see everyone. Basically, they go after them and basically sorry about that, guys. There's a mosquito in my room. And everyone gets their own their own person to heal, and they see a green glowing light, and they basically teleport, and they said, good. And she basically, one of them makes a lot of bandages, and they started helping. They give them water. They go to the safe place that Scarlet found. After a few minutes later, they basically got in all, like the B squad already, even the class 1A. But in a few, like 5 more minutes left, they see Gang Orca coming in. So she basically uses Luna and what, like, you use her wind element to make basically a air barrier that cannot be break, like, you know the episode of like in Fairy Tale of the lullaby flute, that guy that has a wind magic? That's it. And they cannot basically break it. So yeah, I'll skip after the thing. Everyone in class 1A got in, and they basically celebrated in the dorms. I guess this is not an hour long, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like, subscribe. Don't forget to post notification bells. And this is part 9 and 10 of the Christmas special. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas in a few days. I guess it's gonna be on Friday for me. So, bye guys.